Our friends, what is happening? Yes, we are back with a box, which of course, as I echo over and over again, means we have another print review that we're going to be doing. And this one is coming in from Lumaprints. As you know, we have tested a handful of prints from these guys this year at a lot of requests from you folks. And so we've been trying to flank Lumaprints from every direction because we've got a lot of questions from you folks. And if this happens to be your first video of this nature that you're watching with us, while I'm cracking this thing open, I'm going to get you up to speed. So therefore you have, my fingers are stuck in there, you have a good idea of what to expect in this review, because we do reviews a little bit different than other channels and so forth, which is why we're coming on to year number 6, and we've gotten so much praise from you folks for these thorough reviews, because they are, I'm going to give you a warning right now, this review is a little bit longer than many of you are going to care for, because we don't put any cuts in there. We leave everything in here. So I'm going to crack this box open here in a moment. You're going to see everything from the packaging to literally A to Z with this print. And I pause there because I can't remember what this is. I showed in the last video. We've ordered a lot of prints from a lot of different companies as we're beginning to spool up our print reviews. And it feels like a metal print, or it could have a frame on it. I don't know. We're going to find out in a minute. But anyways, I'm going to share with you literally A to Z about this print. You may agree with me. You may not. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you're going to see with your own eyes, and you're going to be able to cast judgment on what that print was, or how it presented itself for you. So therefore, you go out there and spend your hard-earned money on a print from Lumaprints, well, you have a good idea as far as what your dollar is going to get for you. Let's figure out how the heck this thing open here. Okay, let's get to the fun stuff here. Many of you that have watched this channel, you've heard me say that same thing for the last 6 years. You know, like, yeah, whatever, Alex, just crack the thing open. But I have to say certain things because a lot of you are brand new to the channel. I want to make it fair so you have a good idea. Again, we're setting clear expectations. One of these days, I'm going to drop this on my foot, and that is going to hurt. All right, here we go. So we have, these guys do a great job. I give them credit. The box, it's a box. It's not really anything beefy, and as you're going to find out here in a minute, it really doesn't need to be. Okay, so let's, oh, I noticed something different right off the get-go. All right, so yeah, box. All right, let's get that thing right behind us. So why don't I care about the box? Well, let's look at this print right here. You see what they do is they sandwich the print in with this kind of skeleton going around it. So this takes side impacts if, you know, from transit from where this thing is printed. I think these guys are right here in California, to wherever you're at. The print as UPS, FedEx, especially we're coming into the holiday season right now. I've shared this over and over again over the years. This is when the carriers get their seasonal shippers. And these people, you can count on this print taking a ride from wherever it's coming from. Okay. So actually, you get a better view of what these guys do here. So this is I noticed this last time in one of the last prints. They had these foam bumper stops in the corner, which I thought was really cool because so you saw a moment ago with the cardboard on the side, it takes the blunt force of any sort of side impacts. With this right here, it creates a kind of a gap, so the print is protected on both sides, and that's actually why they have this extra piece right here, because that's going to print, that's going to protect the other side there. Oh, this is a canvas print. Oh, interesting. Oh, it's the frame. That's why it has so much weight. They have this big old frame on here. Okay, cool. Yep. Oh, yes. This is a Castle Neuschwanstein. I'm getting better at enunciating that. For years, I was way off in how I enunciated that. King Ludwig's Neuschwanstein Castle, from when Caleb and I just got back from traveling through Europe, and we ended up hitting up 11 castles in Germany. And this one right here, this was the first time we actually walked out on the bridge, and that was, you have this beautiful shot of the castle. Actually, let's get it out of the paper here, or out of the plastic. But anyways, all right, so you have this plastic wrap going around here with these foam bits here protecting. Come on. So you can see how this works. I'll take this one off. Oh, and here is, okay, well, there's a piece of mounting hardware. You have a little hook and a little nail there that's in there, but you can see how that works. So it just kind of goes around the corners, and it's going to protect the corners as well, which is really nice. I like this. As many of you watch enough of these reviews that we've done over the years, we've seen some companies ship prints out to us that weren't wrapped up very well, and the prints, you know, I joke around, I make fun of the shipping companies, but boy, we've seen some things. Okay, all right, so now we have this plastic wrap going around here. I'm just going to cut this out here so we can get to the fun stuff here. They really wrapped this up pretty good here. Okay. Okay, boom, boom. Alrighty. This, wow, this looks, let's get that in frame there. That looks absolutely, you know this is like a, I'll put the exact color on the screen. I forget what color this was right here, but this is like a really rich brown here, and the contrast off this print with the blue sky and all this green right here is just absolutely incredible. Ooh. And first thing I noticed is how tight that canvas is right there. That is incredible. Now let's take a look at the image quality. And one of the reasons I selected this image right here, because when you have these big, large areas, you can usually get a sense if the printer's wacky, or there's it's not cleaned properly. You can get some artifacts and some anomalies in some big areas. And this looks absolutely beautiful. The greens, which sometimes you can get some wonkiness in there, that looks really, really fantastic. It's sharp, which is what you want. There's not, I don't see any evidence of any noise out of the ordinary. Now the frame, oh, you know what? Listen to that. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear it when I'm doing this. It sounds like a subwoofer. That, you have such a, I love when you get a canvas print and it's nice and tight. Last week we had one on here. It was flat. It sounded like a flat basketball. Okay, they did a great job on all the corners of this print. Now let's flip this around here. And this is exactly what I'm talking about right here. Look at the presentation of this. Well, you know what I'm talking about if you saw the last review we did. The edge was all sloppy, and that presentation, which I shared with you, becomes an extension of who you are if you're sending this out to a client and so forth. This looks absolutely incredible. You can see it's a hardwood frame of some sort here. A little rough over on this edge, but very minor. The rest of it is really smooth. And this is, they use some really beefy mounting hardware. So you have that metal cable with that thick plastic going around it, which is nice. You can see how that frame is holding onto the canvas print with 1, 2, 3. Basically, each side has an anchor onto it. Let's look at the staple frequency on this here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 staples going along the top. Why is that important? Well, it's going to ensure that the canvas stays tighter longer. So back of this looks absolutely great. The front looks absolutely amazing. Again, I can't get over how well of a choice that frame is with this photo here. Let's take a look at the scorecard for Lumaprints, canvas print, and this beautiful frame. All right, friends, there you go. Another canvas print review. These, I've said over and over again, happen to be one of my favorite video series that we've done in the last 6 years. Reason being is because as photographers, you should be going out there and printing your work. There is something magical when you print, whether it's on a canvas, metal, acrylic, paper, whatever it may be. The power, once you take a print of yours or a photo of yours, print it, put it on the wall, it takes on a whole new life. You walk by that memory every single day, well, depending upon where you have it, and it validates. It's a learning tool. It just brings you back to when you took that photo. Lumaprint does a great job, and from a value perspective, man, I see why so many of you have been asking us to review their prints. These guys really step it up, and you really get a lot of print for your buck, which I'm happy to say this is an extraordinary print for the value. All right, friends, that's all I have here for you. If you found this video helpful, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, so therefore you don't miss any more of these reviews that we have coming around the corner. And if there's any questions that you have on this print, or you'd like to see some other prints for us to review, let me know in the comments down below. But with that said, friends, that is all I have, and I will see you in the next video.